tracking that red flag warning. What constitutes the red flag warning? You got winds, humidity, and fuel moisture?
And fuel moisture, that's right. Because you can have really strong winds and really low humidity, but if we've seen a lot of rain and the fuel moisture is good and high, you're not going to have a red flag warning. Well, unfortunately, we have not seen a lot of rain this season. It's been a very slow start to the season, so fuel moisture is critically low, and then here come these strong winds, and on top of that, humidity levels down to about 5%. That's going to continue to dry everything out, and so the next Santa Ana wind event is going to be even more detrimental if we don't get a big storm system. We also are going to see a big temperature change, which is also what happens when you have Santa Ana winds. So these were our highs today, a lot of 60s across the county. Coast and inland neighborhoods are going to be anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees warmer tomorrow. Meanwhile, the mountains and the deserts are going to be significantly colder. In fact, Campo in the 50s tomorrow after 70s today, almost 20 degrees colder than today. And that's because the air warms up as it comes down the mountains and moves into the valleys and the coastal communities. So that's where that warmer air is produced from, is from the actual winds. Meanwhile, it's actually a cold storm system that's bringing the cold air, and that's what's impacting the mountains and the deserts. Winds are picking up. Alpine right now at 36 miles per hour, Harrison Park at 22. Temperatures are cooling off. Temperatures are in the 50s and 40s across the board, 60 though in Ocotillo Wells. Tomorrow, again, warmer for the coast and the valleys, low to mid 60s, or low to mid 70s rather for most of us. Oceanside, if you get those winds coming through, you're easily going to get close to 80 degrees. Mere 40s in the mountains and on the wind. It is going to be cold. It is sweater weather in the mountains tomorrow. 60s in the deserts and even a little breezy in the deserts, but the strongest wind will be in the foothill and the mountain areas. This is what's going on. So here's the storm system. We're on the dry side of it. As it gets closer, the pressure gradient between these two is building, and that's what's building those stronger winds. So overnight, this is after midnight, winds are still pretty much localized to our foothill and mountain areas with a few gusts reaching our inland valleys. By tomorrow morning and almost all day tomorrow, this is 6 a.m., we're seeing purple. So we're seeing widespread gusts, so that 25 to 50 miles per hour. By Tuesday evening, still gusty, becoming a little bit more localized, and that continues into Wednesday. It's still actually going to be pretty dry and breezy on Wednesday, but the worst of the winds easily coming through on tomorrow. Our silver lining is that this is basically a one-day event with the worst of the winds. All right, as we get into the end of the week, marine layer returns by Thursday, and Friday morning we may actually squeeze out some drizzle, a few sprinkles, so higher moisture content coming in by Friday. Inland neighborhoods were in the 60s Thursday and Friday, back in the 70s over the weekend. For the mountains, tomorrow's the coldest day with slight warming, but we're pretty much staying in the 50s, which is closer to normal. And the deserts, pretty nice this week, 60s and 70s.